Good morning from Punta Maldonado, Guerrero, Mexico. It is going to be a very long day. It's about 8:30 a.m. or so. So let's get going. 10 hours, 9 hours on the road, more than 450 kilometers. This is such a important and interesting town. It's a fishing community. So let's just get on the road and welcome to this beautiful day. This right here is beautiful Punta Maldonado. It is a very beautiful Sunday morning, and now I have a greater appreciation for eating seafood, because a lot of these fishermen, they actually go out at nighttime and they look for fish. So they go fishing in the dark, and I'm like, wow, that is incredible. Let me show you guys a beautiful viewpoint of the ocean, which is right here. Wow, what a spectacular morning here. We got wonderful views of the Pacific Ocean. And so a lot of the economy here is based on fishing and agriculture. This area of Mexico is where you find a lot of Afro Mexicanos, or African Mexicans. And now you have, since the last 30-40 years, you have a lot of new people moving in from the mountainside, and they're finding work either as fishermen or just locally around this area. Some of the things that's produced is going to be, of course, like corn. Of course, naturally they grow coconuts, and it's a double whammy to be here, because not only is Guerrero one of the poorest states, but this part of Guerrero is one of the poorest. So they have a lot of problems with internet connection, just many problems. They do seem to have electricity, but there's just not a lot of development. And I guess the people, they will elect to go to Acapulco that has more infrastructure if they're going to be traveling. So this place doesn't really see a lot of tourists, especially not in February. So we're going to turn on the main road here. The reason why we're going to Tehuacan today is because I have to pick up a shipment, and also I have to upload a few videos, because the internet here is just so slow. Now, if you go this way, you get into the town of Coajinicalapa, which is kind of like the biggest town in the area. So a lot of the tourists that's going to go to Punta Maldonado, they're going to be from this area. But the truth is, a lot of the people here, they don't have a lot of money to spend. You know, the good thing that's going for Mexico is that because they have good infrastructure and they have all these like small transportation companies, people can easily, for the most part, go in and out of a particular place. So they can be around this area here, and just in about a few hours they can be in a big city. So this is the way to Puerto Escondido, and then back that way is the way to Acapulco. And for opportunity in life, this is where a lot of the people are going to go to. A lot of the young people, they're probably going to go to Acapulco, which is in the same state. And now we're just in Guerrero. I mean, this is Oaxaca right here. So this is the border area. Let's see. Yep. So about a kilometer or two, we should be at the border with Oaxaca. All right, here is the border between Guerrero and Oaxaca, the two poorest states in Mexico. But it's interesting because Oaxaca and Guerrero also have a border with Puebla, which is a pretty rich state. We are now going into the mountains, and this is what the state of Oaxaca, a little bit of the countryside, this is what it looks like. There's basically no traffic, and the population density here is pretty low. So you basically just have old people, some young people tending to their land. Like I said in the first video, I believe, There's many grades of roads in Mexico. Roads like these off the major road network, it's just basically full of potholes. It probably hasn't been maintained in 10 years. And there might be vehicles that are heavy that still use it. Now we're on a road mixed with pavement and dirt. And I think this is a good time to talk about migration to the U.S., which is going to be a general theme of the channel. But I think a place like this is a good example of why people migrate. So you have these kind of conditions, which is not too severe, but there's just not a lot of work. There's going to be agriculture, and you're going to be working with cows, animal husbandry. So for most people, this is the reality. So for them, it's just easier to attempt to migrate to the United States. So here we are. We're back on a bigger road here that's paved a whole lot better. And just like that, probably took like an hour or so. And we are in these beautiful mountains. Wow, it is gorgeous today. Very little traffic, nice twisty road. What more can I ask for? We have now entered a town that's situated in these hills. People are dressed in their traditional attire, and they're probably coming from church, I assume. These are the small towns of Mexico where, especially before, a lot of people left to the United States. They come from these small places. From the big towns, the big cities, there's definitely opportunity for work and schooling and this general life progression. But when you come to areas like this is when you get a sense of like who is actually going to the United States. A lot of these tradesmen, construction workers, road builders, restaurant workers, perhaps paid under the table or perhaps legally. This is the areas that they come from. These small towns, and this one might not be that bad, but yeah, this one doesn't appear too bad. But there's just not enough opportunities to go around. Not enough industry, not enough tourism, just not enough. Tal vez poco más. ¿Tarjeta sí? ¿Tarjeta? ¿Solo efectivo? Okay. Gracias. All right, we have 324 kilometers to go. I guess our GPS is showing 7 hours, and if it says 7, it's usually correct. We're 7 hours and 26 minutes. Señor, pase aquí. They have a bridge built. We gotta pass through the river. What the hell do they want? So yeah, there's this thing in this culture of like Oaxaca. I mostly see it in Oaxaca where people just put a roadblock. They just put a rope and they just put a roadblock. And it's like, I think the government knows about it, but I guess they just don't mind them getting a few pesos out of people. I guess it was harmless, nothing happened, but it can turn nasty, and maybe that's why they don't want it to turn bad, so they don't do much about it. They don't want to like one day crack down on it, and then people start doing crazy things to the motorists on the road. We took a water break. We got a few things charged up, and we're back in business. We're still in Oaxaca, in the beautiful state of Oaxaca. Oaxaca is kind of interesting, you know, it's underdeveloped, beautiful, not so orderly, but it's good to ride a motorcycle as long as you watch out for all the uncultured drivers. I mean, just take a look at how spectacular these mountains are. Wow, take a look at this church. You know what I've noticed about Catholic churches is that the exterior takes up a lot of space. It looks very big in the exterior, but once you go in, it's not that big. But wow, this is really cool. Have you guys ever seen a green mountain? Well, for like the last 2 hours riding in Oaxaca, I've been seeing these green mountains, so I thought it was a good idea to stop and give you guys a glimpse of it. I know it's kind of far away, and there's a lot of sun outside today. It's very sunny, so it's very difficult to make out the greens, but wow, it is just interesting. I know it looks pretty brown and kind of bland, but trust me, it's green. All of this area in Oaxaca, it's been a lot of green mountains. Here's my baby right here. So here's a big issue in Mexico, something that the United States does pretty well and something Mexico does not do well, and it is stop signs, stoplights. So in Mexico, they don't really take into consideration like which direction has more traffic, and because they don't have any sensors on the stop lights, it just goes, okay, this is where I am. I guess this is like a cool, interesting town, right? Within their flow of traffic, they haven't gotten to the stage of using sensors, motion detectors, or even the little things on the road that maybe check your weight or something. Sí, lleno verde. ¿Aquí es Oaxaca o Puebla?
Oaxaca todavía.
¿Y en cuántos kilómetros Puebla?
¿Puebla ciudad o estado?
No, estado. Frontera.
Unos 2 kilómetros.
¿O solo 2?
Sí.
Ah, ok. Sí. Uh-huh. No, me voy a Tehuacan.
Ajá.
Sí, ahora me voy 60 kilómetros.
Uh-huh.
Sí.
¿Poco ya?
No, ya. ¿Pago con efectivo o tarjeta?
Como guste.
Ah, perfecto. Gracias, señor.
Claro, pues, luego. ¿De dónde viene?
Estoy de África.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí.
¿A poco?
¿Ah?
¿A poco?
Sí.
Oh.
Gracias, señor.
Luego.
I guess this is the entrance. So a part of me was thinking that I was actually in Puebla, but I didn't know that Oaxaca was so far into the territory of Tehuacan. So Tehuacan is only like 57 or so kilometers, if it is only 2 kilometers away, the border. It is interesting. What is this guy doing? We're gonna enjoy sunset here. I think it's gonna end really, really nice today. We got an hour and 6 minutes or so, whatever, 59 kilometers. So this is a protected area. Very interesting. So does that mean there's no homes? I guess that is what it should mean. I see the sign for Puebla. Here we are. Finally, can you believe the whole time basically we have been in Oaxaca? So here's the sign to leave Oaxaca, and then we're gonna enter Puebla. Wow, basically 9 hours or so, 8.5 hours only in Oaxaca. Wow, that is huge. We are now in Puebla. So I know in the United States, like different states have different laws and different, taxes, and there's a big difference. So I'm wondering here in Mexico, I know all these are different states and they're independent states, and they're actually called sovereign. What they're called, like free and sovereign state of Puebla, free and sovereign state of Oaxaca. So I'm wondering what changes. I know fuel prices change slightly, but I don't know if that has to do with just the particular gas station or the local taxes. Taxes is going to be a big question that I have. Also, like crime, like what's legal, what's not legal. Wow, the scenery continues into Puebla, from Oaxaca to Puebla. Now, one thing I have noticed is that the temperature has dropped, and I'm assuming it's because the elevation. So we have to be at what? We're at 6,900 feet. So we're more than 2,000 meters up. Wow, that is very high. Mexico City is around 72, 73, 7,400 feet. About 2,400 meters or so, 2,300 meters. We're not far from like 4,000, 3,000 meters. A lot of this area is very mountainous. Because I'm sure like those mountains over there, they have to be what? Maybe 3,000, 3,500, 45 kilometers to go. Did I ever tell you guys I like to, sometimes when I see like 45 miles, I think of, oh yeah, that's about 30 miles or so, or 45 kilometers. I think of it as, oh, that's 30 miles. That's nothing. 30 miles is close. That's the kind of like mind games I play with myself sometimes. Like I might see something like, oh, it's 160 kilometers. I'm like, oh, that's like 100 miles. Speed bump, speed bump, speed bump. Some of the ones in Oaxaca were humongous. Like you really need to come to a screeching halt. Wow, today is extremely beautiful. I mean, what a nice road. Nice twisty road. A spectacular sunset. And then we have these terrific mountain views. Mexico, you are beautiful. I mean, to all the men, and let me be politically correct, and women who built this road, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To all the men and women who built any roads, thank you, because journeys like this would not be possible. Now I'm starting to get a better idea of when Google says it'll take 10 hours, it might take 9, but it's not going to be like 5 hours or anything, because it's taken into account other people's probably data and how long it took them, or it just knows that it's not a difficult road, but a road that you cannot go very fast on. The sun is about to set. What a epic day to begin with the sunrise, and what an epic day to end with the sunset. I started off with the Pacific Ocean, and then now we're in the mountains of Puebla. Spectacular. So we are about 38 minutes away, 29 kilometers away from our resting location. So wow, spectacular ride. And so far everything was good. No crazy amount of traffic, no bad weather, nobody hit me or tried to hit me or got close to hitting me. This like 2-lane road, it's like a movie with the mountain backdrops. Wow, take a look at this. This is all cactus. Wow, that is so cool. Wow, the cactus just goes on and on and on. So this whole area is nothing but cactus. Incredible. I would say anybody from, especially the United States, anybody visiting on a motorcycle, go anywhere in Mexico. It's gonna be a pretty good experience. As you can see, the sun is about to set here. It's basically on the horizon, and we're just getting closer and closer. The weather is just perfect, perfect, perfect. We are descending into the city of Tehuacan. Wow, all the lights. It's interesting to see how every city in the world, almost, as long as it has lights at nighttime, it looks beautiful. Then you wake up in the morning and you're like, wait, this is what I was looking at last night? No way. So I guess like Tehuacan is like in a valley. Interesting. The sunset in some way reminds me of like Arizona or New Mexico, even parts of Utah, where there's I guess some cactus, and then there's a valley. We are in Tehuacan. We are in the city now, and I don't know the significance of the city, but tomorrow I'll do some research and let you guys know on the next video. I mean, good thing about Tehuacan is that it has street lights. This is what I was saying about the stoplights in Mexico. It's not timed very well, and there's no sensors. Speed bumps, speed bumps, speed bumps. That is the national emblem of Mexico. I mean, you got tacos, Coca-Cola, speed bumps.
With 10 hours of riding, about 450 kilometers, we have finally made it to our resting location. If you have made it this far, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment down below what I can be doing better. See you in the next video. Peace.